Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Newman, and today we'll be unboxing Invisible Skeletor for the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection line. This 1/12 scale figure measures 5.5 inches in height. It's made of plastic, contains up to 16 points of articulation, and contains an alternate face, the Havoc staff, Orko's cloak, the invisibility helmet, and a mini-comic. Now before we get to the unboxing, it would greatly be appreciated if you were to like this video, if you do indeed like it, and subscribe. That way you'll never miss a future unboxing. Now I happen to purchase this as well as several other figures from BigBadToyStore.com. They're a great online retailer. You should really give them your business. They have excellent customer service. I would always suggest them over the big giant conglomerates like Walmart, Amazon, or Target. In fact, you can see I have a whole box of goodies which I'll be doing reviews for in the coming days and or weeks. So we've got some lovely packaging. On the back we have an illustration of Skeletor giving He-Man the business in invisible form, as well as the other figures that are in this particular wave. And also of note, this is sporting the 40th anniversary logo for She-Ra, as most of these cartoon collection figures have been sporting this year. Alright, so now that we got Skeletor out of the package, let's go ahead and do a snippety-snip. Get these plastic wraps off of him so we can take him out of the package and get a closer look. So you know what? I was conflicted about getting this. I wasn't sure if I was going to get this figure because it just feels like a money grab. It's just a repaint of another figure. Oh, and look, there's a little bit of a scuff on the O in the Orko cloak, and a little bit of black paint right there. But other than that, this looks really good. So I'm actually glad that I did get this. I know it's just, I wouldn't even call this a repaint. It's really just a variant of, whoopsie. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and take this cloak off so I can do the articulation unobstructed. So here we go. The head goes all the way around, and look at that. Got some Michael Jackson moves on that head. Arms go up to about here, which is standard for the MOTU Cartoon Collection. Single joints at the elbows, which are both nice and tight. Wrist goes all the way around. It's on a hinge. And worth of note is that the hinge joints are actually more of a opaque plastic as opposed to the transparent plastic for the rest of the figure. Probably for stability. Waist goes all the way around. Legs go up to about yay high, which is also pretty standard. These are single jointed at the knees. There's a pretty good range of movement in the ankles, and yep, there's also a boot cut as well. So all standard articulation for the MOTU Origins and Cartoon Collection figures. You know, overall this looks really nice. Let's get that cloak back on there for the sake of continuity. And you know what? I'm digging this. You know, I'm actually glad I bought this. This looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Let's move on to his accessories. So he's actually got a fair amount of accessories. We have the invisibility helmet. That was featured in the episode Disappearing Act in the Filmation series. It's a good sculpt. It's all one color. It's a pearlized silver blue plastic. We have an extra faceplate that was originally featured in the Mattel Creations 2-pack exclusive with V-Friends. I decided not to get that. I know that was actually the unofficial launch of the Cartoon Collection, but I really didn't have interest in the other figures, so I decided to not get it. But now I got it in invisible form. Here's the Havoc staff, also in the transparent plastic. This looks really nice as well. This transparent plastic seems a little better quality than your standard Cartoon Collection plastic. It's a little sturdier, it feels like. It's very solid. Alright, so it fits in his hand very well, one would hope. Looks good. This looks nice. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've been swindled. Because this figure is completely unnecessary. It's based off of a really obscure episode. But I really like it, and I'm glad I got it. I kind of hate myself a little bit, and I hate Mattel just a little bit too, for making me actually like this completely unnecessary figure. But here you go. Yeah, I mean, especially with the Cartoon Collection, I don't even see the need for variants. There's still a lot of other characters that haven't been released, such as Mechanic for one. And we're doing, I mean, this is like a second variant of Skeletor. You know what, this hat, this invisibility hat doesn't really fit very well. It just kind of sits on there. Maybe they made it so that you can put it on any character, but this is pretty loosey-goosey. So I probably won't display this character with this helmet on for fear that if it falls off, it's going to roll under a table, and I'll never find this thing again until I decide to move. So, yeah. I mean, it's cool though, you know, but it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, okay, that faceplate comes off pretty easily. Not too easily though. It feels secure. And this new one pops in just nice. And all right, look at this. All right, and this is also a face. You know, I feel as though this, if I do display this, it might be this face, just for the fact, I mean, why display the same face that I have on the standard Cartoon Collection Skeletor? Might as well switch it up a little bit. It looks as though the invisibility helmet, it doesn't really fit on with this faceplate either, so... Again, it is what it is. I guess I'm not too bothered about that. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really the texture of this type of transparent plastic. It just feels really good in hand. I'm honestly kind of surprised that it wasn't a little more expensive than your standard Cartoon Collection figure, because this thing was, I think it was 20 bucks, same as the other figures. But this feels as though this would have been a special release, one of those what are they called? Like a marvel of engineering, so you can see the engineering of it. So they'd be a little more expensive, because I don't know. This feels really good. This feels like a bedazzled Skeletor. This is yeah. I don't know, but I mean, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a little comparison with this guy, with my standard Cartoon Collection Skeletor, right? Yeah. So, what is not to be unexpected is that these figures look, you know, exactly alike, just different types of plastic. It's, you know, so that's good. There's not a lot of variation between the two. I guess you could swap out a couple of parts if you wanted a few invisible items for your standard Skeletor. Maybe swap out the Havoc Stab. I think that could work with it. Like he's charging it up with energy, so that's why it's slightly transparent. Yeah, I mean, who knows? You can do a lot of things with these two. Let's bring them both a little bit closer to the camera so you can get a better look at it. And it's odd to say, but I like it looks as though the body of the transparent invisible Skeletor is tinted a little more purple. Or maybe it's just my imagination. I don't know. It just could be me. But overall, I think this figure's great. I really like it. I was expecting out of this wave for this to be my least favorite figure, and I think it might just be my favorite. Okay, final thoughts. So overall, I think this figure is a real winner. The articulation is really good. There's no loose pieces anywhere. The paint application is pretty good, except for that speck on the O in the Orko cloak. But you know what? I just used a permanent marker to fix it up, and you know, you can see it here. You can't really notice it that much. So yeah, there you go. Everything's looking good. I like the accessories. He's got quite a bit of accessories. For a Cartoon Collection figure. Usually they're pretty scant, and I'm glad that they kind of upped the ante for this figure, especially considering that it's a variant and it's not a new character released. I mean, I guess they got to do that from time to time in order to I don't know, you know, get the money to do the new molds for the newer characters. So you know, it's probably just a business decision, but. I gotta say, I kind of like this decision. I can't explain how much I like this figure. Now, I can completely understand if this is not your thing. You don't have to get this figure. I mean, you don't necessarily need another Skeletor figure at all. So if you don't get it, I don't blame you. It's completely unnecessary, but I love this figure. I think it's great. I think you should get it. It's not too expensive. It's in line with the other prices for the Cartoon Collection figures. So, yeah, sure. Why not? Go ahead and give it a go. If you don't like it, then, you know, just blame me. So, alright, that's gonna wrap it up. I am Rip It Open with Newman on several socials, all of which are in my profile. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will check you later.
Very well, He-Man, you've won this time, but I'll be